A survey by Citi Group has found that 113 of 483 types of occupations can be performed remotely. And those 113 occupations employ 52% of the entire workforce. So virtual meetings are becoming the norm, which will reduce business travel. On the other hand, well-paying jobs can be performed remotely, whereas low-paying usually cannot. Well-paying employees want the perks of a company vehicle, but there needs to be a balance of costs and usage. A dilemma I took to the Managing Director of Silverstone Fleet Management, Scott Norville. Scott, thanks for letting me revisit you.
Hi Malcolm, how are you? I hope you're well.
Excellent. Yes, thank you, Scott. It's going to be hot weather today. In my opening piece, yes, let's hotting up in business. In my opening piece, I mentioned a likely scenario, which I suggest from my various interviews around the world will be emerging across many companies of all sizes. How has company vehicle purchasing changed recently?
It's changed dramatically. I think the biggest change at the moment is the contracted mileage. So where before the average contractual mileage was anywhere between sort of 15 to 20,000 miles per annum, we are looking now about 5,000 miles per annum. So what that means then is that the rentals on contract hire are extremely lower than they were before. But we're just seeing that's the major trend at the moment, is what we're seeing: lower mileages, and that's once again that's the trend that we're seeing.
Well, I could understand that. I've done 150 miles since February.
I can imagine. Yeah. I can imagine. Yes. Yeah.
How would you advise on a plan of action for a company with such a dilemma? What should be on their decision-making list? And how does Silverstone Fleet Management go about advising businesses of the best options?
We look at each business individually. We sort of look at how many employees that they've actually got, and really the spec of, not so much the spec of car, but the level of car that they've got. So in one instance, we've got, let's say, business A that's running a fleet of, let's say, 20 to 30 vehicles, all contracted mileage of 20,000 miles per annum, let's say. We can speak to our finance partners and we can see if we can reduce that mileage. Thus, this will give more benefit to the business, because that sort of enhances sort of lower monthly payments for that business. So that is, that is something that we're actively doing. Also, another thing as well is that there is businesses out there that they've got fleets of cars, 20, 30, maybe 40 fleets of vehicles, and we can actually look to pull the mileage. So there may be a small sort of runaround that they've got that's got 5,000 miles a year, let's say, for argument's sake, and we've got another one that's 20,000. We can pull all that mileage together, so the contractual mileage will be a lot more beneficial for the client.
Ah, that's a great idea. I never heard of that one, but brilliant. Can makes other than, say, the big names of Mercedes, BMW, Jaguar and Audi be serious contenders? I'm guessing that new and younger middle managers may not be more interested in environmentally friendly vehicles than brand names. They want the brand name on the drive. Or am I wrong? And that companies will still need to use the big names to attract the best talent?
Things have changed dramatically over the past 12 to 18 months, I would say, where now everything is more green. So hybrid, all electric vehicles are really the sort of the go-to car. And the main reason for that is that with company car drivers, with their own tax, so the benefit in kind, and how the government have put that into place for this year, someone that's got let's just for argument's sake, a BMW 320d M Sport, let's say, as a true rep car, the benefit in kind on that for that individual driver could be anywhere between sort of £200 to £300 per month. If you then look at an electric car, which now the mileage range on those is anywhere between sort of 200 to 300 miles a charge, this year, there's no tax. So what you tend to find is a lot of the drivers, they really are opting for the hybrids and for the full electric vehicles.
Wow, yeah. And such advancements. I've just read just before I chatted to you that the 1 million mile battery is on its way. I don't mean it'll
Oh,
go
yeah.
a million miles, but it'll last a million miles. Yeah. So how is car style and future production reacting to these new changes? What vehicles are on the way that you are excited about offering to your business customers?
Polestar, that is definitely by far the up and coming vehicle, all electric. You've got, really, in my humble opinion, you've really only got the two for full electric vehicles. You've got Tesla and you've got Polestar. So with Tesla, they're leaps and bounds from the competition. There's a new, unofficial at the moment, but there is word that there's going to be a new battery for the Model 3, which is the best-selling vehicle of last year, and it looks like it's going to be this year as well. At the moment, the Model 3 does, it's about, the long-range version is 320 miles. Don't quote me on that, but it's in the threes. But there is a new battery that's coming out in the next year that could be anywhere between 400 to 500 miles on the charge.
Wow.
So that is a game changer. And also with the Tesla, the infrastructure for their charging as well around the UK is by far more superior than anything else that's out there.
Well, 350 miles would just suit me great living in Northumberland. Yeah. Scott Norville of Silverstone Fleet Management. I could get to you on that, couldn't I? Thank you very much indeed. Thanks for the interview.
Thanks very much, Malcolm. Thanks very much.